Okay, so here I am. I've just finished revising everything, and I realized why my character looked so drawn out and not as cool as I remembered. Because what I had done is I'd used FuseRipper to import the face that I had created in my previous game that had gotten corrupted. Well, I mean, got all messed up. And anyhow, um, yeah, I saved the character's face, and I was like, why is it not looking the same? And I realized as soon as I got in here and I started clicking on things, all of a sudden, like, everything jumped and changed, and I realized it's because I didn't have the mods I had now. So, of course, the face save wasn't going to look the same because all the makeup and the eyes and everything were different. And I think I took advantage of the opportunity to change the hair here. I think she looks much, much better and closer to what I had remembered when I was working from photographs before. Anyhow, the eye color lightened up, and I decided to go with something a little bit more like as close as I could get to a light black, as opposed it was grayish, as opposed to the brown that I had before. And the makeup showed up, which was much different, as well as some of the freckles and other things. Of course, right now we're in the soft lighting, but it will probably look better once we get above to the light. So I just wanted to point that out here and show you that the character creation options are quite good. And honestly, other things I did was I have a bunch of hair mods in here, a bunch of I didn't really add much in the way of makeup mods, but I have the Eyes of Beauty, I think it's called, which was really nice in this. This was a scary first attempt for me. I decided to try downloading and using the CBBE body, sorry, and it's not standard, the vanilla body. It has body sliders and stuff, and you can really tweak and customize it. I ended up having to scratch my custom body that I tried doing because it just ended up looking horrible. And I found a preset that looked very close, and I ended up loading that in here and then just tweaking it a little bit more because once you've got something that matches an idea you have, I wanted something that looked a little bit closer to a reasonable woman, as opposed to there are some really exaggerated just boobs, and Barbie doll is being kind. So I found something that looked really relatively close, and I think I'm pretty happy with what I got here. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter and done, and then we'll have a slow pause out here, probably before I get out of the light, I cannot talk, out of the elevator. So join me here in a few seconds here as we get out into the world.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
I downloaded another mod called Verdant Wasteland, and oh my god, it makes such a difference. Not that the game isn't beautiful anyhow, but it never felt like it was the East Coast for me. I've lived on the East Coast and West Coast, and there's just a nice subtle push towards a little bit more green with this mod, and I like it. I like it a lot. Because everything was kind of looking a little too much like the desert for me when I lived out in the Southwest, and I was like, I can hardly tell this is Boston. So yeah, oh wow, check that out, that's awesome. Oh wow, such a great view. I love this, by the way. This is just too cool. Just the ability to explore and pick up things. And for those who don't know, you can actually come back to Vault 111 and get back in if you want to. For example, I'm going to come back here and get that cryolator. I'm actually going to pick up lock picking, but a lot of people use, when you're the first NPC you meet, dog meat. Or first companion, I should say, not the first NPC. And dog meat will fetch things for you, including if you take him back into Vault 111, he will fetch the cryolator for you, which I know is probably not intentional, but hey, you have to stretch physics a little bit anyhow, because you've got a dog that can carry like 200 pounds worth of equipment, and there's no pockets on him. So I don't mind if, like, there's a little stretch of abstractionism here in the fact that he can step into an area and, grab something that's, ooh. Really? Okay, there we go. Caps! I always found it weird, like I said, I'm new to the Fallout universe. People use bottle caps as currency. I just did not get the logic behind it. I'm like, surely there's got to be better ways to, transport value, items of value. And then I realized, I guess, because they're steel, right? They're like low-grade steel. They have value, material value, just like old world coins did. And that makes sort of sense. Just looking at that, that's just gorgeous. Am I going in the right direction? Oh, you poor fellas. That's one thing I gotta say also about this game. I love it, but it is, especially when you run across some scenes, and I'll talk about them more when we get near some of them. There are some depressing-ass scenes that are not even told in words, just in the way that they're laid out, and you start to really consider what these people must have been going through, wow, it can get kind of depressing as you think about it. But here is a uplifting sight. It's just the beauty of the creek here, nature, and oh man, it gets me right in the feels here. I come through this and I see, this was my home. I lived here. Well, not this one, but this was my home. This was my neighborhood. And look at it. It's all destroyed. Oh, man. There's my house! There's Cosworth!
As I live and breathe! Oh, it's really you!
Codsworth, what happened to the world?
The world, Mum? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Sir back. Where is your better half, by the by?
Husband's killers can't be dead. They killed them a better. I'm gonna be tasteful and say
He's in a better place.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Dude. I'll just be blunt.
Sean's been kidnapped. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you sure?
A bit over 210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
Yes, persuasion. I tend to play high charisma characters, and I base this on high charisma, high luck, with some tweaks, and we'll see how it works. I'm actually going to try and do things like intimidate, and see how far I can get without actually
Distracted
kill
a bit
anybody.
today, Mum?
Oh yes, I am a bit distracted. Thank you, Cogsworth. I don't know if you guys noticed, I actually downloaded and used a cleaner Cogsworth texture, and including high definition eyes, and I think it really shows up nicely on this compared to the vanilla game. Let's go ahead and say, hey Cogsworth, you're acting a little wonky.
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
Mum, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car. How do you polish rust?
You don't, but, yeah, stay with me.
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Alright, this is just going to be some transitional video clips I'd like to make of playing the holotapes when we find them. First one is Hi Honey.
Oops. No, little fingers away. There we go. Just saying. Right there. Right there.
That's my husband, Nate, and my kid.
Ah! Yay! Hi, honey. Listen, I don't think Sean and I need to tell you how great of a mother you are, but we're going to anyway. You were kind and loving and funny. That's right. And patient. So patient. Patience of a saint, as your mother used to say. Look, with Sean and us all being at home together, it's been an amazing year, but even so, I know our best days are yet to come. There will be changes, sure. Things we'll need to adjust to. I'll rejoin the civilian workforce. You'll shake the dust off your law degree. But everything we do, no matter how hard, we do it for our family. Now say goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Sean.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye, honey.
Oh, man, that sucks. That's all we have left. Suckage.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? Sir and young Sean may turn up yet.
I don't think he quite gets it. I think he's still a little in a delusional state.
Have you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, Mum. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
Mosquitoes?
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, Mum.
Alright, one moment here. I am going to do some management here. I totally need to set some quick saves here. Alright, this... Did I quick save that the other way? Give me just a second here while I play with this here. I am totally not sure if I did this right. Well, let's... easiest way to check is... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright. I don't want to waste ammo, so I'm gonna just sort of... Dude, where'd you go? Oh, Jesus, you're in there.
I'm supposed to be a pest. Apparently decided we were too much trouble.
Well, the fight's over? You killed it?
Wait. My senses are picking up movement in another house.
Oh, that's so gross. Alright, I love Cogsworth. He's awesome. He's so stiff upper lip. So I don't want to say perky, so peppy, and I'll let you kill those things. Yeah, those are creepy. Just you kill them.
Bug it all. Not this time. That's even dead.
Yeah.
Ah!
I trust everyone's still alive.
Yeah, that was a little annoying. I totally thought you were taking care of those.
Miss Kay, your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I know. Wanted to be optimistic, right?
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, Mum? Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough.
If they're pummeling you with sticks,
Just
yeah.
across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood, and past the Red Rocket Station. I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Right. Oh, God, it's so disgusting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... I'm going to clean this place up a little. Because it's kind of disgusting. Oh, yeesh. This is gross. I'm sure you guys don't want to see videos of me, like, cleaning up the neighborhood using the work table to scrap everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it fade out, and, oh, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to have it fade out. If I have anything cool that comes up, I'll definitely record and post it again. But for now, everybody, fade away. Oh, hey, so it occurs to me that one of the most frustrating things as a player to this game, new player to this game, was there's really no tutorial, no instructions given on how the settlement menu works. So the first thing is, you find the little red tables that are the settlement workbenches, right? And you don't really know much about how they work. And one of the things is you got to scrap everything once you activate it. They signify that an area is basically usable as a settlement, which is great. But they don't tell you a whole lot. Like scrapping things, you want to scrap things because you want the resources from them, and that's useful. Now here's a mod I did download that is very useful because the vanilla game does not let you do this, is the ability to scrap dead bodies. They give you bone and other things like that. It's just useful because otherwise they're going to clutter up your settlements forever, and it's just ugly looking. So yeah, that's another one of my recommended mods for you guys. I will probably post a link to that down below in the comments later on once I find it. But if you go to Nexus Mods and just do a keyword search for scrap bodies, you should probably get it. It'll probably appear. One of the things that they don't tell you also is when you're scrapping, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll run into hazardous environments, like radioactive stuff. And they don't tell you that you can stop the radiation by getting rid of the actual radioactive containers. I don't see any here right now, but there's a few down by the creek bed of Sanctuary, so I'll get rid of those presently. But just wanted to let you know, yeah, you can get rid of that stuff, so you're not taking rads. I was walking around like with tons of rads on me because I didn't know I could actually get rid of it, which was kind of depressing if you think about it. I should have caught on, but yeah, again, like I felt it was kind of non-intuitive at first, so I wanted to kind of pass it along to you guys. Yeah, you guys can clean stuff up. You can totally scrap stuff. You should be scrapping stuff. You're gonna want the stuff to be all scrapped so that you can build things later on, much nicer things. And believe you me, you will be happy you did so. Every so often in a settlement, like even in Sanctuary, you gotta be careful though. Make sure you clear out the whole area first. Sometimes it sucks to be in the crafting menu and have something attack you, because it's not easy to get out of it and respawn. One of the shortcomings I have about the crafting, the workbench menu, this mode that you're in here, is it's limited to your POV, your perspective. It would be really nice if you could free cam while you're doing it, but for whatever reason they decided not to let that happen. And that is one of the first weaknesses. I as just like an RPG player, and I'm new to Fallout, new to this interface, just did not like is the fact that there's no free camming while you're building. I always thought that was a little weird. Other one is as a result of the no free cam, if you go out on a ledge, near steps, any second story area while you're building, scrapping, whatever, you can fall and kill yourself if you're not careful. And that's just one of the annoying things about this. I really feel like they should have made the building mode dissociated from the actual character. It would have been a lot easier to deal with. I mean, granted, people are, they want their immersion, but it's at the very least, I don't think it's very noob friendly, because there's no explanation, there's no instructions, and so much of this is trial and error. You're going to be kicking yourself because there's going to be so much error while you're going around learning how the game works. I feel like Bethesda did a wonderful job with this game, but that's the one area that they were lacking in, is basically just, oh my god, no real tutorials on how to do anything. I understand that there's the help menu. I understand that they occasionally have the little help tips. It's just not enough because there's so much to drink in. And it's, granted, vanilla is not like nightmare difficult or anything, but the game can be a little unforgiving for a learner, and it's painful in that regard. Anyhow, I've said my piece on that. I think you can see now, how easy it is it's just time consuming to go and scrap. But as I'm talking, I felt that was kind of cool to start mentioning stuff like that. So I will go ahead and stop it now.